Hey, what's up, Aries? It's Cancer. It's Cancer Tarot. Sorry, man. It's been a long day. It's been a long couple weeks, and that's why I'm barely getting to you now. Um, Please, this is a general reading. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Let's just get into the reading. My face isn't going to be shown much after this because I'm going to be doing my thing. You'll hear me. Aries, I swear if I get interrupted one more thing, I might crash out. Dude, I'm just trying to do your reading, man. Okay? And I try to stay away from commitment readings and relationship readings, but these are the fucking cards I pulled, player. All right, dog. By the way, I had to pack my own issue here. So if you want to cry about it, get a tissue. Give me a minute, we'll begin. All right, Aries. Check this out. I got the Hierophant. This is commitment, okay? You fucking around with somebody right now. You're probably thinking if it's gonna be serious or not. Okay. It has potential to be serious. But keep playing these little games, being on your head, being on your emotions with cancer season and shit. You're gonna fuck around and find out that building this connection on wet sand is only gonna make y'all sink. Okay. So make sure that y'all are building this not on just the potential of what the commitment could be, but you're building it on something real, something firm, a solid foundation. So use your wisdom, okay? All right? Learn from your past mistakes. Commitment is about showing up. It's about being willing to grow, being having hard conversations, not ignoring things. So show up, commit to this, and it looks like y'all could actually make it work. Straight up. Be willing to grow. The Hangman in reverse. Now, this is a challenge here, okay? Things are going to get tricky because someone's going to struggle with being patient. Someone's going to feel trapped in this. Someone's going to have unanswered questions. Someone's going to want answers right now. But y'all got to remember, instant gratification is only going to lead to a complication. So trade that for delayed satisfaction, okay? Slow things down. Somebody may be wanting to move forward, but there's still something that needs to be understood first, okay? There's still some stuff that needs to be worked on. So, Aries, it doesn't mean that the connection is fucking doomed, all right? But what I'm seeing here is that this delay, just because things are delayed, don't mean that they're denied, okay? So there is a delay because there is a different perspective happening, right, between two people, okay? That's the red and the blue, the head and the heart, or the head and the heart. But one person might want to take action, the other person might want to process their emotions, okay? So just remember, like I said, just because something is delayed does not mean that it is denied. Sometimes a pause, sometimes when you slow down, it speeds things up. All right, so take a pause because there is something that needs to be looked at differently before you guys move forward. All right. So that's that right there. I also hope you guys like my new setup. I got these, every time I reach my arms, a nerve in my neck pinches and it hurts. Gotta get that checked out. But that's my own issue, not y'all's issue. So what I have next is the Empress and the Seven of Wands. All right, Aries. So, yeah, straight up, there could be an imbalance, and it shows that there is an imbalance. somebody's putting a little bit more effort in than the other, maybe, right? With the Empress, because the Empress is about nurturing and giving. So reversed would be like giving too much and over giving. So you might be giving a little bit more than the other person. And you know what? You got to ask yourself, Aries, if you're loving this person for the right reasons, or if you're losing yourself during the process of trying to love this person for the person they can potentially be. Oops. It's like, are you falling in love with the idea of this person and you're losing yourself in the process? Or are you loving this person for the right reasons? All right? Because there is a difference. People forget that. They think just love is love and lust is lust or whatever. But you got to remember, you can care about somebody. All right? You can care deeply about somebody and still choose yourself. And like I said before, that's not selfish, it's necessary. So with the Seven of Wands reversed, it's saying don't drop your boundaries just because you want something to work. All right? Don't keep fighting, right? Because right there they're fighting. Don't keep fighting while the other person is just standing there watching or not making any progress, trying to fix, like trying to fix the situation. Okay? Also, don't go back to old habits, because it's like just because something is familiar doesn't mean that it's healthy. So just because something is secure doesn't mean, or it's just because something is makes you feel comfortable doesn't mean that it's secure. All right. So just remember, this ain't working out. Let it go. We sometimes hold on to things that we think are good for us, but they're really not. Just because we think it's familiar. So, like I need to, because I be talking too damn fast, slow down, all right? We got the Page of Wands here, and that's saying slow down, right? Don't get caught up in this excitement. Don't get caught up in the what ifs, all right? Because you need action. Actions speak louder than words. You need communication. Communication and consistency. Comprehension, all right? That's what the page is saying. But this right here, don't get scared. If you're scared, go to church. Nah. But usually, if this was up, it's describing the toxic habits. So reverse, that would be the opposite. So break them old habits, right? So letting go of the toxic behaviors. Don't have fear in this, right? Let go of the control in this. Break the chains in this, right? Don't go around in circles in the same argument. At some point, somebody's actually got to say, like, what the hell are we going to do about this? You know what I mean? Like, to every problem, there's a solution. Life is mathematics, Aries. All right? It's all about numbers. Stack your numbers up. So, if there's too much back and forth with this person, ask yourself, what are we actually doing here? What are we going to do about it? Because chemistry might start the connection, but like I said before, compatibility is what's going to determine everything. So, comprehension. There's no comprehension in the communication. What the hell y'all getting at? So, lastly, though, Aries, the outcome, it's pretty interesting, actually. All right, I didn't see this. I didn't expect this. But we have the King of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. All right. So somebody's taking action here. Somebody's saying, all right, enough talking. What's the plan? All right. That mature fire energy right there. So not just wanting something, but actually doing something about it. And the Ten of Pentacles, I see, is like a long-term stability, right? So building something that can actually last. It's not just, I like you, quote unquote, right? It's not just, I like you. It's like wanting to actually build a future together. So, can y'all create security, right? Just remember, don't chase something that isn't choosing you, Aries, all right? This can turn into something much stronger. The game might be delayed, but it's never denied, all right? So do your job, build the foundation, watch what happens, all right? You'll see. There's a real chance for growth here when you give things some space. So there's that. Lastly, I'll just talk about it because I did pull it for like a overall clarification, all right? But yeah, overall, like I said, I see this commitment energy and I see somebody wanting to build something and build something long term, build something new. And the death in reverse, like at the bottom of the deck, is the warning that something does have to change. Something has to end. Old mindset, old way of communicating, old habits, old version of both of yourselves. All right. Something has to be left behind. So you can't bring old baggage into a new chapter, Aries. All right. It's like nothing changes if nothing changes. So the foundation can be built. All right. So just so that's all I have for you, Aries. Love you. Bye.